come in and play? Nobody wants to play with me out here.
This is the piece that has the most boring part ever written for the bass. You play a C and then a G, and then a C and then another G, on and on for pages. Why does every other instrument get something better to do? If it's not a melody, at least there's enough variety to keep them awake. But then I thank my lucky stars when I think how much worse it would be to play the drum.
That's right. I got the Fauci ouchie. How's everyone doing this fine morning? Okay. Wow. Apparently, I'm not alone. The president also has the Fauci ouchie, and I don't know why I'm calling it that. Some jackass on the internet has been calling it that, so I thought I'd steal his material. I'm gonna put the link in the channel if y'all want to come up and talk about it or anything. Gonna pin it in my channel. All right. Looks like most of you are in my channel. Good morning, Just. Oh, that's. Oh, I thought I saw my cohorts. I realized when I chat from StreamYard, I show up in all the channels as the channel owners. Good morning. Yes, I thought I was coming down with bronchitis or pneumonia or something, and I tested each day the last 3 days, and I was negative the first 2 days, and this morning I was positive. Yeah, so I'm back to the old 2020 isolation game. Mooted Voodoo. I missed some drama about Muck and Scotto. I'm going to leave that between Muck and Scotto. I love them both. I'm not getting in the middle of it. I believe we were asked comments, and well, yeah, not my area. There was no victories or losses. It was just I think we watched it. It sounded like Baba Wawas. I rewatched. I think it was a misunderstanding, but we'll talk in private. I know this is the first I've heard of it. Oh, okay. Yeah, yesterday, last night, we had a little. I'm not going to go into it. Watch last night's show if you want. Yeah, it was Muck and Scotto. Say now to that one. I'm COVID positive, which means I have to do that isolation thing like we did back in 2020. Was it? Let me see. We had January 6, 2021. I don't remember if it was 2022 or 2023, but I had COVID on January 6th anniversary. And shame on me. I took the Matthew Brainerd bus to the little protest they had. At first, I double masked, and I went all the way to the back of the bus, and they told me to come up front, and they were all unmasked, and they were actually making fun of COVID. So, okay. And I unmasked, and I breathed all over those motherfuckers. They were all anti-vax, anti-mask, and I was already positive. So what I need now, somewhere in the Alexandria, Washington, D.C. area, I need me a good Trump rally. I need to get that before I'm done with the COVID. I am vaccinated. Muck was pretty upset. But I'm not going to talk about that today. What was the talk? I need a good Trump rally to go to while I'm still contagious. Other than that, I'm back to it's just all in that little script from 2020. Back to the old isolation days. Because I'm vaccinated, I'm sure it won't be but a few days. No biggie. Let's get back to this germ warfare thing. COVID-19 is real. It's for me, it's a bad cold. That's because I am vaccinated. I can still get it, and I can still spread it. So unless I find me a Trump rally, I'm going to stay right here in the house until I test negative. I'm not in fear for my life. This is my 4th confirmed time around with it, and my 5th suspected. You out there in Alaska? My sweetie and I went to Yellowknife, Canada in February of 2020. And COVID was just this thing we were hearing about mostly in Asia, kind of like the first SARS thing. And we were a little concerned about that, asked the doctor, blah, blah, blah. But we went to Yellowknife in February, saw the aurora, mixed of a lot of Korean folk and Chinese folk. It's some kind of Asian New Year. So they celebrate by going to places like Yellowknife, Canada, and I see the aurora. We, to the best of our knowledge, we didn't get it, and to the best of our knowledge, the White House loved the Yukon. White horse. Oh, I don't know. President Biden apparently currently has the COVID too, so it's still out there. To most of us, it's just a cold and something dangerous to spread, because there are so many people out there who are anti-vax, anti-caution, that they may not be prepared to get it. Some dick smack on the internet has been claiming the next 2 to 5 years there's going to be a 2/3 culling of the American population. I disagree with that, but if it happens, it's probably going to be these anti-vaxxers. There's people opposed to the vaccine, and there's people who are complacent. I got complacent. My last boost was in October. They suggested every 6 months. I skipped April. Thought, yeah, you know what? I've gotten several vaxes now. I'll stop the 6-month thing and do the 1-year thing. And here I am in July, coughing and sniffling and, feeling a little sorry for myself. What is dead horse? People are referring to dead horse. I'm not sure what that is. Is that a local thing? And we were only in Yellowknife for about a week. So if that's a local thing in Yellowknife, I don't know. Oh yeah, diamond. They have diamond mines in Yellowknife or near Yellowknife. Not blood diamonds like in South Africa, because Diamond Tooth, Journey's Saloon, try the toe jam cocktail. That doesn't sound right. Hitchhike the Alcan. Okay, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. In Yellowknife, we went to a restaurant called Bullock's. Bullock's is a pretty cool restaurant. They had giant fish. In February, the lake around the restaurant Bullock's is frozen, probably solid. I don't know. It's 40 below on the warm days. I thought, hey, since I got COVID, anybody want to come up here on the panel and let me cough on you and sneeze on you and see if I can spread it to you through the interwebs? It's a drink with a human. Ew, seriously? That shit don't sound right to me. Let me see. Does warfarin diminish your immune system? Yes. I believe warfarin. Yes, I've been told it does. I don't know about the 4 times, but yeah, I am on warfarin, and I do believe it makes you a little more susceptible. I'm susceptible to heat. Actually, that's what I thought it was. It's been extremely hot here for Mid-Atlantic, Virginia, the last few days, and I actually thought it was some kind of heat reaction that I was getting over the last 4 or 5 days. Started with my voice changing and a little tickle in my throat. The last couple days, my girlfriend made me test, and I was negative. 3 days ago, I was negative yesterday, and I was positive this morning. How you doing, Factor Madness? Okay. Excuse me while I cough on you. Let's see. All right. It is open panel if you guys want to come up and chat about COVID or anything. It doesn't have to be COVID. It could be about presidential candidates you like, presidential candidates you don't like. It can be about whatever. All right. Okay. What's new in everyone's life? I believe Nerdy is in Alaska. Maybe she's familiar. The hospital in Yellowknife treats a lot of Americans from Alaska. Don't understand that geographical reality, but I hope you are better. Yeah, me too. For me, it's a bad cold, and the biggest threat for me is, do I want to give it to somebody who's sick? My girlfriend's sister is really struggling in the hospital, and I'm a little worried because before I tested positive, I was visiting her on a daily basis. I was masked for general purposes, not specifically for COVID, but I am a little worried. Let me see. I've been visiting her daily since the day when the president gets shot. That was the 13th. up until the day before yesterday, up until the 16th, 13th to the 16th. I was visiting her daily, and as my symptoms grew worse, I backed off. I'm hoping that in her very frail condition, I didn't brought it home on my clothes. I don't know. I think it's mostly airborne. Not the president. The former president. I'm sorry. We tend to call our former presidents Mr. President, even if we don't like the son of a bitch with the ear piercing. The office, as much as he disrespects the office, we still respect the office. I've been in YouTube jail for the last 24 hours. Not sure if you want me up there to talk. Why are you? You're not on StreamYard jail as far as I know. Anyone's welcome. Hello, Muckster. Okay. All right. Someone's a clown. Is that a Vegas Vips clown? Let me see here. Muckster. Let me see if I go to channel. This is Atticus Finch, FF4NQ. Okay. Hi, Vegas. How you doing? Okay. All right. We have an imposter. Yeah, well, he's not really an imposter. He's a jokester. An imposter would actually go undetected. It's not just Muckster. It's just. It is Vip. Yeah, Vegas Vips. Man, the myth, the pathetic legend. He who has no car, he who has no face. His face is covered by little girl's underwear. Anyway, I call him Donnie. Why do you call him Donnie, old guy? Poser. Yeah. Yeah, not imposter, an imposer. He imposes. All right. What's new in everyone's life? What's new in the news? Besides one candidate getting an ear piercing and the other candidate getting I ride a bicycle. Yeah. Can you fall off a bicycle and get right back on? I don't know. Let me see. Vippy is trying so hard to be relevant. It's so cute. Yeah, we laugh. I notice, what's that guy's name? Chili? Delete Laws or something like that. He's out of jail now, and he's spending a lot of time with Vippy. I don't know much about Chili, but apparently, they say birds of a feather flock together. I really probably shouldn't opine, but yeah. Trump fell asleep. Oh, his kid was speaking at the convention. That was hilarious. Oh, I didn't watch the convention. I haven't watched Republican convention since Clint Eastwood yelled at an empty chair. I'm like, that's enough Republican convention for me. When was that? Was that that was, I want to say 2012? Not much you can say about Chili. Yeah, I really shouldn't opine because I haven't really seen his work. I saw him in court. I think Heiser shared him snippets. And Carte Blanche is in the house. Good day, old Sarge. Hope you have a speedy recovery. Me too. I'm not a big fan of isolation. I'm not used to isolation like like Toddler. He's used to isolation. Kaiser, he's used to isolation. I'm not used to it. 2020 was a little rough on me. I didn't care for that isolation shit, but I got it. Hey, there's the real guy, the real Just Muckster. Sorry, Just. Your long lost cousin Just was in the house very recently, and at first I thought it was you, and then I realized, wait a minute, that's the E, not a U. All right. All right. Everybody's saying hi to everyone. All right. Yes, that's the real Just Muckster. You can tell because he's got a wrench. No other Jest or Geist or no other Muckster affiliate has the wrench. So I don't even have to look. He's the real deal. So I don't know. Howard being in YouTube jail, I don't think that prevents you from coming up on stage. what's his name? Michael Kaiser was on YouTube Gel, and he still could come up on people's StreamYards. Not that he did it often. He's very paranoid. I was writing my comment and didn't see you. Oh, yeah. Now that we know that Just and Jest are both here, we will say hello to Just, and we will laugh at Jest. It's a Holter muck. Holter. I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. I get the muck part. What is a polter? You're going to make me Google it. All right. Poulter. All right. You're going to educate me. Oh, there's an Eon Poulter and a Will Poulter. There it is. What is a Poulter? All right. Oh, it's a person who looks after, sells, or prepares poultry. Okay. So Just Muckster, not Just Muckster, is a chicken shit. Okay. Oh, and it won't let me post that. Okay. It thinks it's spam. A poulter is a person who looks after, sells, or yeah. Okay. I got it through Ariel's channel. Everyone else's channel had kicked back. Thought I was spamming. Guys. Oh, poltergeist. Got you. I'm a little slow. It's the fever, man. It's the fever. Makes me delirious. It is 10:26 a.m. on the 18th of July, 2024. And the rest of you are out there playing and touching grass and going to concerts and movies and fuck, I want to play. I want to go outside. Boy, I can go outside. I can't go to the store. Can't take Holly to a Shakespeare show. That reminds me, we have a date sometime. I'm supposed to. This is July 18th. Secondary ICAST. Oh, that's in August. Okay, I'm good. I'll be over it by August. All right. We're good. I can be isolated now. Do I golf? I do not golf. Was happily sleeping. We woke that fucker up. I watch Pinky and the Brain reruns. Oh, I haven't seen that in a minute. But no, I don't golf. Maybe I should. I don't know. I putt-putt golf. Yeah, was the Happy Gilmore thing where he's like, why don't you want to go home? Yelling at the golf ball. Yeah, that's my patience for golf. To go or not to go? That is the question. No, I can't go anywhere but maybe a Trump rally. I will happily go to a Trump rally in the next couple days. Who's texting me? Okay. Oh, my mom's alerting everyone that I got the COVID. Thanks, Mom. I'm not going to go out. It's all good. All right. I love Pinky and the Brain. I haven't seen it in quite a while. I guess it would be reruns now, wouldn't it? Narf. Don't get that. What is a Narf? Narf. Well, at the risk of my very social life normally, not today, at the risk of being called a lonely boy, I'm going to give a few more minutes if anybody wants to come up on stage and talk about anything. Or I'll just go, watch West Wing reruns and isolate. Listen, does anybody know of a Trump rally near D.C.? I would happily go to a Trump rally. Trump rally, D.C. We're getting too lowbrow for Sarge. Okay. No, Trump rally shooting. D.C., Maryland, Virginia leaders react. No. I guess he's not coming to D.C. Damn it. No, that would be so fun. Lowenbrow. That's Canadian beer, right? Oh, Lowenbrow. Lowbrow, yeah. Highbrow, lowbrow. All right. Fact. Howard, nerdy. Somebody come up. Give me some company. I'm a lonely boy. Hey there, lonely boy. You need a 2-story ladder to get that lowbrow. Oh, Private Todd Bryant's 7-0 midget street fight record. Everyone, no, we're actually that's yeah, okay. All right, I'll talk a little bit about last night. The thing about different shows going on at the same time, these live streams, you can watch them after the show. You don't have to be in two places at once. You don't have to choose one over the other. Just do what you want to do. And if you want to watch the other one too, go over there later. In my opinion, allegedly in Minecraft. Pun intended. Which pun? Oh, Lowenbrow. Okay. Howard likes his beer. Who's a Supreme Court justice that likes beer? Kavanaugh, Brett Kavanaugh. He likes beer. Put a 1 in the chat if you like beer. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you like beer. Actually, I have to be honest. I should have put a 1, but I can't drink beer. I can, but I shouldn't. I won't. I haven't. 0. Old guy does not like beer. Okay. What do you drink, old guy? Scotto asked me to tell you guys to head over to. Oh, come on, guys. You're just, trying to stir shit up. All right. I'm going to ignore it. Beware. Muckster has a wrench. Oh, moonshine. Okay. Those were the days. Oh, wait, those were the days that had to end. Not for me. All right. 16, 14. Oh, we just lost 2. Yeah. All right. All right. Let me Google News. There we go. There's an app called Guinness Moonshine. Guinness. That's they come in pints, don't they? Does anyone in the audience know why Dr. Pepper comes in a bottle? Because his wife died. Top stories. A closer look at J.D. Vance's RNC speech, and Biden tests positive for COVID. I got the presidential COVID. I don't got just any COVID. I got the presidential COVID. If you don't have COVID when the president has it, your COVID ain't shit. As USS Ike completes 9-month deployment, Pentagon questioned if duration signals new norm. Oh yeah, my day was 6-month deployments. Okay. All right. Really? Guinness, really? Okay. Muted Voodoo likes... No. Okay, that's Nerdy likes Guinness. Muted Voodoo, I don't know. Good day, Muckster, if you're still out there, carte blanche is saying good day. Washington Post, Coppola, Rate and the Dead make last Kennedy Center honors. Oh, I can't go. Oh, man. I'll watch it on TV. It'll be on TV, right? Kennedy honors. The Apollo is the first theater honored along with filmmaker Fred. Go away. I don't want to buy. Oh, shit. It's behind a paywall. Damn it. All right. Apparently, there's some Kennedy Center honors coming up for Bonnie Raitt, the Grateful Dead, and... Oh, all right. All right, what am I missing over here? That show, Hillbilly Elegy, is about J.D. Vance. I was totally unaware of J.D. Vance until someone told me. It's funny, I was on somebody's panel, I forget, maybe Tomatoes? I was on a panel, and they were talking about, how this assassination attempt probably spearheads Trump into a certain victory. And I said, our only hope is that he picks someone like Sarah Palin. And I think Sarah Palin lost the election for, who was her running mate? The guy that Trump didn't like because he got caught. What was his name? John McCain. I think John McCain had it in the bag until he picked Sarah Palin. And then, thank you, Sarah Palin. You got us Obama elected. Anyway, my only hope was that he picked someone like Sarah Palin, and someone said, oh, he picked someone. J.D. Vance. I'm like, who the fuck is J.D. Vance? And they brought up a little bio, and I'm like, oh shit, we're fucked. All right. Just Muckster was kidding before I hadn't appeared yet. What? I missed something there. I missed a lot. That Yale hillbilly. Yale, is that JD Vance? I don't know. You got me. Posers. All right. Oh, independent. Trump shooter researched royal family member. FBI reveals live. Oh, what's that about? Royal News live. Trump shooter researched royal family member as Harry and Meghan end 64-year tradition. What the hell does that mean? Oh, it's a TV thing. The gunman who tried to kill Donald Trump. Are we sure that he was trying to kill Trump? Because 150 meters is the easiest distance, well, other than point blank, to hit a target. I'm wondering if he was actually trying to get somebody else in the audience. You know, the audience members that stand behind the candidate. I wonder if that was his target. You remember back in 2002 in this area, we had a guy, we called him the DC sniper. He was driving around a car with his stepson shooting people. This went on for days. It turns out he was setting the stage to hit his ex-wife and not be suspected because, oh, she's just another victim of the DC sniper. And Mr. How are you?
Sarge, I decided against probably my better judgment to come up. I'm not going to, how to put this? I'm not trying to be inflammatory. I'm not trying to start shit. But J.D. Vance and the Republican Party at this present moment in time are telling you what they think you want to hear.
Well,
they will continue to tell you that. That is how cults work.
Cults and politicians. Yes, I agree. I don't think you're starting shit.
J.D. Vance is a piece of shit. I agree with you. I'm a hunter. I could have done that drunk. Okay. And I could have snapped that shot from the shoulder as I was walking through the woods. And I could have took a deer out. I could have put the fucking round in his goddamn ear at 150 to 200 yards in heavy brush. I hunt.
I don't think I'd get the ear if I was targeting the ear, but I think I would get a human-sized body. But
I would put it in a deer's ear because that's the quickest way to its brain pan. It'll drop it right there. It won't even, if you shoot a deer in the ribs, in the heart, dude, it'll run about 40 or 50 yards before it drops.
Oh, that's a long way.
You take it in the head, its knees fold, and down it goes.
Okay.
It's all over.
Yeah.
And there's dinner. And guess what? You can't cook the horns. I hunt meat. That's how we do it.
Okay. Well, Muckster's from Pennsylvania.
I'm a hillbilly.
You're a hillbilly. What state are you in?
I'm in Maryland right now.
Oh, Maryland. Okay.
I was born in Baltimore. I was raised in Kaiser, West Virginia, Huntington, West Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Cumberland, Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. You pick it up and down the East Coast. My father was a railroader. Oh. It's no different than being an Army brat, except all your posts are stateside.
Gotcha.
Okay, he was the superintendent of shops. His job at the time of the mergers was to shut down shops and take away people's jobs. My father was hated. Every town we moved into, I was hated.
Yeah.
I learned to fight.
Okay.
And I learned not to fucking give a shit. If I put you down, you were staying there because I wouldn't want to get hurt. That is how I was raised, sir.
I don't want you to dox yourself, but I'm in Alexandria, Virginia. How far would I have to drive to listen to your Grateful Dead and Pink Floyd albums?
I lost my albums when my wife died.
Oh, okay.
And I went on a bit of a hiatus from reality. I lost everything. And I had to start over after I got out of prison.
Oh, okay.
But I do get Amazon Music Unlimited,
Okay.
and any album you could ever want to hear is there.
Yeah. So do I. I was just trying to get an idea of how far apart we are. How
Oh,
neighborly.
I live in Allegheny County, Maryland, in Flintstone, Maryland. You're in
Okay.
Alexandria. You could probably, your easiest and prettiest drive would be come up through Winchester, get on, I think it's 50 out of Winchester, and all the way up to Cumberland. And get on Route 68, headed towards Baltimore, headed east.
Okay.
And it's like exit 56 off Interstate 68. That is the Flintstone exit.
Okay. I'm plotting my route because I have to go contaminate you, Muckster, and Ariel because you're all
man,
right
I think COVID's going to be like the cold and the flu. I think it's going to be every year like a flu shot. I really do. I think COVID's here to stay. I've had it before myself. Okay, like and it scared the shit out of me when I got it because I'd already had 3 boosters.
Oh. Yeah,
and then I got it and I thought, oh my God, I'm on oxygen. I'm going to fucking die. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
I got a bit of a sore throat. I sounded kind of like you, you know, and that's why I get all my shots every time they come out. I got an appointment first the next month, and I'm going to get my next booster. You know, I don't want that shit again.
It does suck. The ladies think that when we get sick, us men, that we only think we're going to die, but I actually am going to die, ladies. Hello,
eventually.
How are you?
What's up,
yeah, I actually am too myself one day.
Yeah.
What can you say? You know, I'm old. Circle of life and all that good shit.
See, I can't go contaminate Fat because he's in the opposite direction of you, Muckster, and Ariel. He's down south, one of the Carolinas. I forget which one.
North Carolina.
I'm not real sure where Muckster is in Pennsylvania, but where I'm at in Maryland, dude. I'm less than a mile from the Pennsylvania line.
Okay.
You could slide right into Pennsylvania and up the back roads into Cheneysville, Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, all right.
Okay, like I said, I don't know where Muckster lives, but you could probably visit us all in one fell swoop.
Did you say that, old SARS? Did you say that you had COVID 3 times?
I've had it. I've tested positive 4 different occasions, and I suspect early on I had it once, but we didn't have enough testing to verify.
Yeah,
so
same thing.
When I was in Utah, coming to North Carolina was right around the time that COVID hit. You know, where I live near Greenville, North Carolina, was a ghost town. I did get vaccinated, then I got the booster shots. I've never had it, never tested positive, and in fact, my wife, previously my girlfriend, she is kind of like a naturalist, herbalist, and she takes remedies other than vaccines and all those other kind of things, and she's never had it as well. So I've been able, luckily, to avoid it, but it's not that wonderful a thing to have.
Yeah,
and it will do terrible things to a call center because trying to work around people having to quarantine for a period of time, keeping the floor clean and all that stuff. It was just a nightmare.
Yeah, I'm an incident manager. I spend most of my time on a phone or on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate COVID, and that before COVID we would rotate. Sometimes you go to the office, sometimes you get to work from home. Since COVID, my team has worked 100% from home.
Oh yeah,
but that doesn't. I don't mean to detract from all the long COVIDs and all the fatalities.
Sure.
What did we lose? About 1 million, right?
Good. I'm not certain what the number is, but I mean half that amount is one too many, right?
Yes. I would agree. Yeah, a lot of conspiracy theories about if they got in a car accident, they said it was COVID. I don't know about that, but I do know we had a lot of people breathing hard and ending up in body bags and refrigerator trucks outside hospitals. That is not a conspiracy theory. That is a fact. Yeah.
Roger that.
Well,
A little emotional.
When you got people who want to deny the fact that vaccines work, okay, like polio vaccines and these kind of things,
You're right.
you know you're not dealing with normal people. That's my opinion of anti-vaxxers. Okay, I wouldn't want my kids going to school with any children who didn't have their MMRs. You know, measles, mumps, and rubella.
That's a good
Okay,
point,
I wouldn't want them to go to school with kids that didn't have a polio shot.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want my kids to get that kind of shit. I don't want the people I love to get COVID and fucking go toes up on me.
Right.
Okay, and that's the bullshit that we had in the administration of Donald J. Trump. Personal opinion. I will not change that opinion. The man's a fucking asshole. He's a goddamn murderer is what he is. But
I agree he's an asshole, but there were anti-vaxxers before Trump, and Trump did, after a while, push the vax.
Yeah, well, he amplified the anti-vaxxers first.
Yeah.
He amplified the fucking, oh God, the conspiracy, the terrible, the swamp, the government.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, power comes out of the barrel of a gun. Who said that?
It was me.
It was part of a communist manifesto.
Do you guys remember?
Yes, I must. Muckster.
I can't hear
That's
fact.
how I talk.
Okay, I can't hear fact. Was Fac's trying to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to ask. I mean, I don't consciously remember the time where there was a delineation between people accepting that vaccines worked and took them, like you mentioned, Howard, dialing polio and those kind of things. And then when there was a time when people said, you know, I'm going to stay away from that because it's been proven or we suspect that it causes all these other problems. Like, when did that become a thing? I mean, I don't remember. Sure. I don't remember. Yeah. I think I don't know how much. I think you and me, Sard, are around the same age. I think, if I remember correctly, but I just don't remember when it became a thing that people were like, vaccine be damned, being in the herd and our children being around people. We're just gonna ignore the fact that these things have actually kept people from getting it.
When did the QAnon rumors start?
So that seems like more recently than long ago.
I think Fac's talking about, correct me if I'm wrong, Fac, you're talking about all vaccines?
Yeah.
Or the conspiracy that the vaccine is bad.
And causes all those other things, you know.
Yeah, well, how long has 4chan been around? How long has QAnon been around? And where did those rumors start? Why did they start?
Yeah. Long before COVID, there was a small segment of the population, and it seemed very small. They didn't want their kids getting polio vaccines or MMR vaccines because they were afraid it might cause autism. Apparently, since vaccines have been more popular, autism rates have gone up. But I would opine that the level of lives saved versus the level of new autism cases, I would say it's worth the trade. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but since we don't have hundreds and thousands of people in iron lungs from polio anymore, okay, we have a few people that have autism. Are they connected? I don't know, but if they are, to me, it's a good trade.
And it's not to discount that autism exists or some of the other things that they blame on those things, but I lived in Utah for a period of time, and I swear the types of things that community as a whole would medicate children for ADD, where my mother or my parents or even my grandmother would tell me to focus, they would rather medicate a child and then that would resolve everything. And so I guess my point is that I'm familiar with a community that I believe in my mind over medicated children, and it just became like kind of like a not, what do you call it, a trend, if you will, I guess, like that's just something that they did.
So let me ask you, Fac, would you say that ADHD and hyperactivity doesn't need to be treated with Ritalin? Because if that's what you're saying, I think I agree with you, considering that there are holistic approaches like vitamin B12 to help with focus. Now,
and I'm no doctor, so I mean, I'm not saying
neither am I, sir.
Yeah, right. So
I don't play one on the panel either. Okay, but I do know I raised 3 kids by myself, and I have a very hyperactive son, and they wanted to put him on Ritalin. Having had experience with methamphetamine myself, I knew that wasn't a route my son wanted to go. Now, I researched it, I Googled it, and I read, and I did my research, and I started prescribing my son B12. It worked. He did graduate high school. Okay. He now has, he graduated college. He now has a very good career. He is in the Army National Guard. He is an engineer. And next month he has to go out of country for his job. He will be flying a military transport to get there. My son is very talented. He's not a problem child. I was a problem child. They tried everything to calm me down and get me to focus. Never worked.
My mother,
but I got my GED.
Right.
I got my GED. I'm a happy camper.
I'm back.
I'm on my way out the door eventually, but I'm still, I look back on life and wow, it's been a really long, strange trip, and a lot of it sucked. But where I'm at right now, I'm kind of happy. I'm in a good place. So if I die tomorrow, I die happy. I don't give a fuck. And yeah, I do got to cuss a lot because that's how I talk. It's how I've always talked. Hell, I talk to my kids this way. You ever sit down and tell your fucking daughter, if you don't calm the fuck down, I'll knock the living dog shit out of you. Do you understand me, little girl? Because that is how I raised my children.
Oh my.
I don't apologize for it.
I had stepped
do what
away,
I do.
but I put in the chat, quote, refilling juice, be right back. When I came back, I saw that YouTube red flagged it. YouTube rejected your comment. This usually means they think it's spam. I'm like, all I said was I was getting juice. I'll be right back. Good Lord. Where'd you go?
It's not like you said a brand name of juice.
Yeah. YouTube is weird.
I know. I'm still wrapping my mind around the things that can say, shouldn't say, and I think I've heard you enough times, you and probably Muckster mention that your channel's not monetized. I don't know if you've changed that, and so you're not bound by those rules, so to speak, as much as people who have to worry about them taking their monetization away. So I'm still trying to get there. Yeah. I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, there's a little more freedom in not being monetized, but I still get the YouTube rejected your comment flash every now and then. Bastards.
Do you tiptoe around? Like I think when I first heard you coming on, you were talking about the Fauci something.
Yeah, Fauci.
Yeah, the Fauci. So that's kind of a way to get around saying something else, right? So is that something that you do consciously, or you just thought it was interesting to say it that way?
I use Fauci ouchie to dunk on someone whose name I don't like to mention.
Okay.
I call it COVID-19.
Is that somebody that I'm pretty familiar with, or somebody
Yeah,
else?
someone you used to host a show with.
Roger that. Okay, I got you. I'm working on a few things that kind of for me will solidify the story of that all. It should be out
Okay.
within the next couple of days, but yeah,
Are you?
I'm.
I'm sorry. Are you restreaming to your channel?
Oh, not now. No, I haven't.
Okay.
I
I
didn't
have
think
no
about.
problem saying things like kill, murder,
Oh yeah,
pedophile, Nazi, COVID-19. But I pick up these nicknames because people use things like unalive, silly little man with a mustache.
yeah.
I don't know
Well,
why
so
people have those fears, but I have no fear of calling things what they really are.
yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think I've mentioned it. And you may be aware, but my wife and I have an eBay business, and so I sell things on eBay.
Mm,
And we picked up a copy of a very popularized book. You've probably heard the title, Mein Kampf. I thought it
yes.
was. I have understood it to be. In fact, I've never read it before, but I've understood it to be something that, despite the fact of what it, who wrote it, and
Hmm.
the subject matter, that it's interesting to look at those things. So I put it on
Hmm.
eBay, and
Mm.
it got taken down probably within 2 days.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never read it myself, but as I understand it, to get a better look inside that Dick Smack's mind, you got to
sure.
read his stuff. I'm reading The Art of War, the
Hmm.
English version. I don't speak Mandarin, but there's been a lot of references to it lately. I'm like, well, maybe I should educate myself and read it. It's actually a rather thin book, but to really opine on things, yeah, I can't really opine on Mein Kampf because I've never read it, but
Hmm.
uh, if I ever want to opine on it, I have to read it first. If I ever want to opine on The Art of War, I have to finish reading it.
Yeah.
Yes, I am sick if you're talking to me. I have COVID-19. Of course, sometimes I miss a lot of the chat. They may be talking to somebody else.
So what when you first came, I think I heard you say something about well, what were your symptoms, or what are your symptoms typically? Because now that it's been the fourth time, you should be quite in tune with the fact that it's coming on, right?
Yeah, this is actually different, this experience. I started out with like a dry feeling in my throat. I noticed my voice was changing. I do something on YouTube. I listen back to it. I'm like, oh, I'm
Mm.
clearing my throat a lot of phlegm in my throat, and my voice seems deeper than usual, or off. But as time went on, it turned into more of a tickling cough, and then by yesterday, I was sniffling. As of yesterday, I thought it was either pneumonia or bronchitis, because I had been tested 2 days in a row negative on COVID, but then this morning I tested again and it was positive.
Were these home testing kits, or like you went into a clinic?
Yeah, what you're seeing in the background, that's actually my home test. And maybe I should go to
Oh
the
yeah.
store double masked and buy more, because I don't know. I don't remember when I bought this thing. I was looking for
Yeah.
an expiration date and I didn't see an expiration date. They used to have expiration dates.
So I was a lab tech in the Air
Mhm.
Force,
Mm.
and so I'm familiar with like testing and outdated kits and those kind of things. But at the same time, when we had my first daughter, my ex-wife and I, the nursery in the hospital that I was stationed, that I worked in,
Uh-huh.
would get rid of expired formula. And
Mm.
one of the people that I worked with, or around, he was in supply. He was loading up his vehicle with this expired formula. I was like,
Mm.
what are you doing?
Uh-oh, one of us is timing out. Is that you or me?
I'm gonna be throwing this away.
Can you still hear me? Or one of us is lagging. I can't tell if it's me or you. Can you want to tell, is fact lagging or am I lagging? I guess I should go to my channel and listen. It's fact. Okay, I'm sorry, fact. He was talking about expiration
Is that
dates. If I
better?
understand. Oh, there he is. He's back. Welcome back.
Yeah, I close down. Sometimes with my work, I have a whole bunch of tabs open. So anyway, what I
Okay.
was saying is that he described, they're expired, they're going to be throwing them away. And I was like, dude, can I have some? Because, we just had a young newborn too. And we did that for a period of time. So I don't know if it matters that your tests are, if you said you couldn't find an expiration date, maybe that's why. But sometimes it does matter probably. But it sounds like you're probably more likely to have it than not because you're kind of aware of what your symptoms are, those kind of things. So.
Well, this is a 5-pack. And in the last 2 days of this same pack, I was negative. This morning, the third part of the 5-pack, it was positive. But I am going to double mask and maybe go through a Walgreens drive-through and ask for COVID tests there that are more recent. I do understand that sometimes companies put expiration dates sometimes for safety and sometimes to make you buy more. I don't know which, but things aren't always bad on or shortly after the expiration date. That's just a buffer, I believe. It's like the weight test on things. If something's weight tested for 50 pounds, that means you could probably take 100 pounds on it. Please, please, please don't feed your newborns expired formula. Seek social service. Guadalupe is a former Air Force nurse. So I don't know.
Yeah, and to clarify, that's what I did then, and I think probably if I had to do it all over again, I would be on the same page as what she's indicating. And again, I'm not a doctor, I don't want to have anybody think that's the case, but that's what I did. And I was similarly, I was one of those people. My wife sent me to the store to get juice for our daughter. And for some reason I looked at the juice and I thought it was really, really expensive, the baby juice.
Yeah.
So I went to the adult juice aisle and I kind of compared the ingredients and I'm like, this is the same thing and it only costs 99 cents. I might be exaggerating, but you get my point. I brought it home and my wife flipped. She was like, have you lost your mind? Blah, 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 blah. So I stopped doing those things. So
yeah. Nope, I missed it. Lupe, I understand financial tight spots as new parents. When I was a parent of young children, most of the time I was E4 or below. And yeah, I would go well beyond expiration dates and the wilting of lettuce and the curdling of milk. When I made E5, and now that I'm doing quite well in the civilian world, I'm very picky.
Yeah, my wife, she is of the idea that she doesn't have to sacrifice on taste and texture and those kind of things where we used to do those things. And I kind of agree. Like, we're by no means rich, don't get me wrong, but we live a fairly comfortable life. And when you've worked as hard as I think both of us have, and then we are on the same page financially, we have the discretion to be able to afford things that we may not have done because we did already sacrifice as often as we did. So yeah, we don't have to do those things and sacrifice any longer. So
now it's like, don't drink that milk, it expires in 3 days.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I'm lactose intolerant, so she gets me it's not lactate, but it's lactose intolerant milk or whatever. And normally it has a longer expiration date, and and we buy these ones from Costco that are like 3 or 4 in a pack, I think. And the last one that I got to still had a long expiration date remaining, but when I opened it and tasted it, it was bad. I don't know why. So
I've been last year or so I've been buying, I think it's called Fairlife. Shame on me, I don't even know the name of it. I have to go look in the refrigerator. It's got a longer shelf life than milk. And I didn't realize it until a few months ago. My grandson actually likes the taste of it better than, I don't know what you call it, regular milk.
Regular, yeah. Well, he also is just literally sent me a link, probably on TikTok or something. It was talking about, it was a young Black gentleman, by the way, and he was talking about how milk, as humans are the only people who drink other animals' milk. And it's like basically pus. And I'm like,
Oh,
well, pus is delicious because I like milk and I'm going to keep drinking it. So,
yeah.
but yeah.
Okay. The nurse says there's a reason. It's low carb milk, make it last longer. Oh, I didn't know that. I don't drink enough milk to go through a carton before it expires. So I saw this stuff expires in 3 months. I'm like, well, let me get that because that's how long it'd take me to drink it.
I'm curious. I think you said she is or was an Air Force nurse.
I may have it mixed up. She is a nurse and she was in the Air Force. I've just assumed that her time in the Air Force was as a nurse. I don't know.
Okay.
Guadalupe, if you want to come up and explain, less sugar always.
Fond memories of nurses that were, I forget what they were called though. 9021s, I think is what they were when I was in the Air Force. But and then like I was a 90 something, but we changed to 4TOX something. So as a lab tech, but yeah, I mean I know lots of Air Force nurse techs.
Oh, were you a medical tech? I take it.
Lab tech, yeah, clinical lab.
Okay.
Yep. I worked in initially in the drawing room, and then I went into UA, and then I became the night technician. So I learned all sections of the laboratory, microbiology, blood bank, everything, because I had to do everything. And then when I got out of the Air Force, I worked for a company called ARUP, which stands for Associate Regional and University Pathologist. It's a huge lab in Utah that does esoteric testing. I worked in immunology, doing lots of sampling at night.
I've been updated. She became a nurse after her service.
Okay.
And I didn't know about this. I was Army and Navy. I've never heard of an orderly room hoe. That must be an Air Force joke.
I got you.
Oh.
Sounds like you might be feeling a little less better than you were before.
It's up and down. I'm getting a flush feeling in my face, like I'm an old lady going through hot flashes.
Yeah. Well, there has been a heat wave of late, and I generally go golfing around between 6:45 and 7:30. So it's early in the morning. Nobody's on the course yet, and I pretty much do that every day because the golf course is right around the corner from me. But then on Wednesday and Fridays, I donate plasma. And there's another, because we have privileges at 2 clubs. There's one closer to where I donate plasma. But the last few times I've gone, after donating plasma, I will like reach down to get the ball, and I feel like I'm going to faint. So I'm not doing that anymore because I don't want to be, my ass on the golf course and then doing chest compressions on me because I was too hot.
Yeah. Oh.
I saw something where she said something about ARUP.
1106.
Yeah, it was so I think in 2000 is when I stopped working there, but I worked for LabCorp. I haven't been in the lab for a very long time, but I did 14 years total as a lab tech. But I really did like working for ARUP. I worked 7 days on and 7 days off. You can imagine that kind of shift. You work 10 hours, which really is like just 2 more hours than 8. But then after you work that for 7 days, then you have 7 days off. So
I'm currently on 10.5-hour shifts, but I don't tell my boss, but I spend a lot of that time horizontal.
Okay.
I work the night shift, and the way they engage me is through Teams, which makes a loud ping. I turn the speaker up, put it next to my head, and I lay down. I usually get 4 to 6 hours of sleep on a work shift.
Nice.
And I get mad when I don't get my 4 to 6 hours. I'm like, what are you making me work for?
Well, like the shift when I worked the second shift, so swing shift. I would often have to take over test runs that were failed from the day shift. But basically, I mean, I had incubation times of like, hour, like 60, 30, 30, something like that. But I get everything in a certain order. And then once I had all my tests coming off, my test results entered in the computer, I basically had probably about 3 or 4 hours of downtime. I used to play chess online, but
There you go.
Yeah, long time ago.
There's a
But yeah,
workaround for everything.
for sure, absolutely. Well, I just really wanted to come up and say hi, and everything.
Well,
I didn't really have anything specific to talk about, but
you're welcome anytime.
thank you.
I'm sorry if former co-hosts don't like to see you up here, but we pretty much let anybody up here except for Vegas Phipps.
So now I did see your piece that you did, and I thought it was kind of interestingly done. I thought that was cool, but what's like the backstory of how all that happened? Like,
Which piece? I played like
you-
3 pieces back to back.
oh, okay. So I saw where you had some blurring out, and then all of a sudden, like a face of him. I guess that was was that.
Oh,
So I was like, wow.
he what was the name, Muckster? Let me go to my email. He sent someone told him in another channel that I had gotten his image from a reflection in one of his lives, and that I was going to publish that. So he sent me an email, kind of a cease and desist kind of email. Trash now, where is it? Stephen J. Nolan. He called me Stephen J. Nolan, and he threatened legal action if I publish his face. I'm like, well, okay. So I told my audience, anybody sends me his face, I will send you $100 because we've never seen his face. And sure enough, I had someone send me a masked face. It's not a full face, but I thought, let's test him out. Let's publish it. So I made a little dramatic 2001. I guess you saw that.
I did. That's the one I saw. Yeah.
Okay. And I was waiting for an update on his threat or his legal whatever. Never happened. He never came back. So I guess I called his bluff. I don't know.
I guess that it reminds me, I was going to ask you a question. There was something that you sent out, and I think it's called a mention. You mentioned me, but it was amongst other, like, I don't know, maybe 20 different people at the same time. So
oh my.
One I want to know is, does that help like the algorithm somehow, and how and where you put all of those mentions?
I don't know anything about the algorithm, but the at mentions in the description, that sends the person I'm at mentioning a notification.
Okay.
For whatever reason, I don't remember which one you're talking about, but for whatever reason, I want the people I at mentioned to see it.
And you're choosing specific people that you want, because like I said, I have a piece or multiple pieces that I'm putting out probably within the next couple of days. And I'm going to be at mentioning one person in particular whose name we do not want to necessarily say.
You can say it. I'm not going to say it.
No, it's fine. But some other people as well. So I'm just curious, where do I do that? Do I do it because there's not enough room in the title, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm must be like in the description or something where I can put
anybody can actually. Yeah. I've seen people do it in the title, but I actually put in the description.
Okay. In the description, just much in the description.
Yeah. When you type at and you start typing their YouTube name, if it completes it, it makes it it looks like a hyperlink or something. Then it will allegedly. I've actually never seen the opposite end of it, but allegedly lets them know, hey, you want them to see this. Anybody can see it. Stone Vet reports, unfortunately, at Fact of Madness, Vips and his cohort are morons. Okay. And I'm a little bit behind on the chat. J&J lawsuits. Steve Nolan thinks troll game is strong this summer. Okay. Okay.
Stephanie, what's up, Stephanie? I don't know if you have or if anybody has. I didn't see it, but if anybody cares to support my efforts and the things that I do, which are growing, then you can check me out at Fact of Madness.
Yes, I will plug you.
Thank you. That is my channel. I have a couple of things going on, not haphazardly. They were planned initially with someone, but then we stopped doing it. I still continue to have a show on Tuesday, basically called Facts, or Frequently Asked Questions with Fact of Madness. And then I have a podcast. I have like 3 podcast episodes that I did previously, like years ago, which some people, I think I put one out and some people kind of voiced some interest. kind of cover the last lynchings which have occurred in each state by state. That's called Freedom Speaks Podcast, so you can also check those out as well.
All right. Looks like you have a lot of fans already in the audience. Okay. I plugged your main page and your podcast page.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Anyone who doesn't know, Fac used to co-host a show with everyone's best friend, whose name I won't mention. I'm kidding.
That guy. This guy.
that guy. Yes, that guy.
That guy.
I'm trying to wean myself off from that guy. It's very fun for me to dunk on him. And wait, that's a fake. Vegas Vippy. Weird shit coming to my live stream soon. All right, that's not the real Vegas Vips, but yeah.
Oh yeah, with his face. That's funny.
Oh, that's the face, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anybody out there has that face without the glasses and mask? There's $100 bounty. I will pay. And if anyone, well, I'm not going to mention who gave me that picture, but that person did receive that bounty, and they're welcome to say, no, you didn't. If I'm lying, I'm not lying.
All right. So now I worked on the phones for a number of years. I did collections, I did sales, I did customer service, and like retention. So I do have some quote unquote skip tracing skills. So you're saying that you were putting out $100 bounty for what now?
The face without the face mask and the glasses, the actual face, like I can see your face now, or minus the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
If someone can present Scott Garcia's Vegas Vips face, where I can share it and challenge his claim of lawsuit, I will pay that person $100.
Okay, I didn't know that was a thing.
The one I got with the face mask came in within minutes of me saying that, so I am being watched, and people do know who he is. He wears Skechers. There's a clue. A lot of people wear Skechers.
So now, I'm curious, and I mean, I'm fine you doing what it is that you did, but was it specifically that the threat of litigation that kind of put you on that task?
Yeah, it riled me up. Someone told him that I was going to put his face up. I didn't. But he sent an email to me claiming I was Stephen J. Nolan, Nolan, and that if I did put that face up, he was going to sue me and have me charged with. There's a live stream a few days ago that's actually titled, I think it's titled Stephen J. Nolan. My channel. Live. Checking in, Sarge lied to me. Stephen J. Nolan, in quotes, mail call. It's 1 day ago. Man, time's just dragging. That was only a day ago.
I kind of agree with what Guadalupe says. He secretly loves attention, and similarly, the same type of thing I think goes on with GS as well. I said the name, but
yes,
it's like
you can say the name. It's like I'm an alcoholic. You can drink. You can drink in front of me. I just can't drink.
I got you. I got you.
You can say that name. I'm not going to.
Yeah, and there does come a point where the same subject and the same kind of issue been mentioned so many times before that it's like it becomes old. But I get the kind of thing that she's saying is that they throw certain little tidbits out there so that someone does pick up on it and then make it kind of like you talk about me kind of thing. It's a vicious circle of like, look at me, I'm here, world. Yeah, so
shame on me. I was it Pema, Pema Chodron? Pema Sodron. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. She's got a book and an audio tape out called Don't Take the Hook. And I have read it and I've listened to the audio tapes and I take the hook. That's exactly what Vegas and that other fellow do. They put out the hook, and I take it, and I'm this is stage. Pema Children. She's a Buddhist. I don't know, what do you call them, a nun or a priest? I don't know, but she's got some really good stuff on human behavior, and don't take the hook.
Don't
Yeah,
take
but
the hook.
it's really good stuff. My girlfriend makes me read it and listen to it.
Is your girlfriend? I heard you talk about it before, but is she Buddhist as well?
No, she's like me, Unitarian, and
Okay.
and but as Unitarians, we do look into other faiths and beliefs, because we actually don't have our own. We don't have a doctrine. It's like we're taught to seek our own truth, and so that does lead a lot to Buddhist type stuff.
I went to private school in Japan, St. Joseph International School, and it was a Catholic school, and we all had to take Catholicism, or if you weren't Catholic, you could take ethics. So I did similarly. I kind of learned about Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, those kind of things, because they wanted us to be well-rounded about it, but not necessarily be exposed to Catholicism. So we didn't want to be. So yeah, cool. Well, I do have the rest of my day to take care of, get some shipping done and those kind of things. But it was nice hanging out with you.
All right.
And hello to all the people.
Thank you for joining me in my lonely isolation.
Yeah, I hope you get better and get up and at 'em. I mentioned golf because you can go out and do a round and not see or be near anybody. Be outside.
That's a good point. Yeah. Oh, maybe I'll have to take it up.
Yeah. All right. You guys take care.
All right. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, man. Take care.
And anybody else want to save me from my isolation, or just talk about yourselves or whatever? I put the link back in. Stone Vet. I'm into, but don't know shit about Eastern philosophy. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't either. Holly makes me. Chop wood, carry water. Chop wood, carry water. Chop wood, carry water. Yes. Thanks, Fact the Madness, for you got a new sub, Fact, if you're still out there. All right. Facts. Golf is great low impact aerobic sport. Why is Trump so heavy? I'm sorry. Actually, I shouldn't call Trump heavy, because I am the same height and weight as Trump. I guess that makes me heavy. Oh, you're back.
No.
Oh, you're not back. What just happened? All right. I guess I'll double mask and go get some more. Thank you. Vaccines save lives. Yes. Stone Vet. What the hell? You slumming today? What you doing down here?
Oh shit! Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Yeah, no, just couldn't sleep. Was watching TPT late. Closed my eyes for a little bit.
You're not supposed to be asleep in the middle of the day.
I know I should have been asleep earlier. So just coming up. Just thought I'd you're just killing time. Sounds like. So just thought I'd jump up. I don't have anything important to say or. Anything.
Okay. Well, you're always welcome.
Yeah, what's going on with you, man?
I tested positive this morning for COVID. I've been a little unwell the last few days. My girlfriend's made me test daily. In the first 2 days, I was negative, and today I'm positive. Of course, this is a home test. Actually, what you see in the background is actually this morning's test.
Didn't Biden just they confirmed Biden's got COVID, right?
I think I heard that in the news, and no, I was nowhere near in social distance from Biden. I know he's my neighbor across the river, but no, I was nowhere near him. I didn't give it to him. He didn't give it to me. Apparently, it's still out there. I'm vaccinated, so it's not a big deal. It's just a sucky cold.
Okay, so how many of the vaccine did you do? 4? Isn't it 4 is kind of the
I lost count,
I'm
but
curious.
I got the initial, and then I got a booster every 6 months up until this past October. April would have been another 6 months, but I got complacent and I skipped April. But yeah, I think I'll get back on the 6 month rotation here.
I was just, yeah, no. I was curious because I stopped. The truth is, I stopped once the VA was like, "Hey, good enough." I was like, "Good enough." It was really fun. I mean, I don't want to get in a whole vaccine conversation, but that's not my intent anyway, is what I mean. But it was funny because when all this first started out, my cousin, who's in the Navy or retired from the Navy, he's like, "What are you gonna do?"
Are you gay?
Yeah. I was like, why the fuck are you gay, Jimmy? Which Jimmy is my cousin's name, by the way, which is always funny when they do the free Jimmy and all.
Oh.
Anyway, I was asking, he's like, what are you gonna do? And I said, man, so to give you an example, like we were gonna go into Jordan. This was 95, right? And you had to get I want to see the Japanese encephalitis shot, but I don't know if that was it. But it was so anyway. Basically, they said, hey, it was like COVID. Basically, like they're like, hey, you guys gotta get stuck, and people were like, we're not getting fucking stuck. And they're like, hey, totally cool, but then you can't go off ship and do the shit we're involved in. And like good Marine, we were like, well, fucking just stick it. Like, fuck it. I ain't gonna miss out on a fucking, miss out on. Anyway, it was really funny. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I'm like, I get it.
It totally shocked me how many during the pandemic, how many active duty folks were anti-vax. We all know what the MEP station's like. We all know what basic training's like. Everyone's getting shot in the arm. As you go down the line, everyone,
Well, that was my thinking. And that's what I told him. And I was like, dude, I don't even know all the shit that's gotten put in me already.
Yeah.
After 25 fucking years, man, I mean, they just stick you with shit. You're like, well, go ahead. Yeah. Like Lupe, like I comply. That's what I'm saying. Like I was like, oh, I don't know. I felt like an idiot. After, I mean, just like, because I mean, I have a lot of friends that do that don't agree with your politics. Let's just say it that way. So, so they're like, what you got? I'm like, motherfucker, I got. Did you know every fucking goddamn thing you got fucking stuck with when you went to boot camp? Did you know everything? Like, again, I'm not saying it's okay. I mean, I understand their trepidation. I understand their feelings of it. My feeling was I was like, stuck me with fucking everything already. So,
yeah, I took something called Plague 1 3 times. I never took Plague 2. I don't know if it's different, but the battalion I was in, they made us keep our shot records with the medic platoon. And every time we do a preparedment for overseas movement, we whip out our shot records and they say,
yes,
oh, we don't have yours. And so I took Plague 1. And then a few months later, I took Plague 1. And then a few months later, I'm like, how many Plague 1s am I going to take?
Look at Lupe. What's up, Lupe?
There goes the neighborhood.
Lupe probably remember. Well, she was only in for a little bit. Do you guys remember the shot cards? You had to have your shot.
I still have mine.
It was so
little
crazy.
Yellow card. Fuck yeah, I still have my little yellow card.
Do you really?
Card. Yeah, man. I still have it. And my fucking a friend of mine, she's in was in, and she has like hers and her 2 kids still, like all collected. I'm like, oh my God. I think I can go look at it now. I think it was a WHO card. World Health Organization made them. It wasn't even a DDF. Let me look at it. Hold on. We could Google it together. Hold on. So I just got back home yesterday. This is crazy.
I don't know.
Hold on.
All right,
I'm not like Kaiser. I have all my important documents not fucking far away. I don't keep them in.
It's not locked up in a storage locker in another state?
like on a. Oh, it is a U.S. Department of Health and Human Services PHS -731 revised 182 Public Health Services form. Little yellow card. Oh, and
Yeah.
it was by the government printing office.
I remember it was Yeller.
It was Yeller.
Yeller.
Yeah, Jody had asked me. She's a nurse as well. I just realized that in chat. We were very much, I was military. That's why I have no problem now. We just comply. If I'm like Finkel and I turn up COVID tomorrow and my job tells me I have to go back to getting the shot like every 6 months, I'll go back to getting it every 6 months. Right now we're at annual. So I don't, you know what I mean?
I got it. You know what's funny is that I'm really weird in that I'm like really sometimes rebellious, but the truth is I really abide by rules. Like it's a thing I'd read. I wish I didn't, but I abide by rules.
Yeah.
So I'm like you. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I get why everybody's like, man, you gotta like, what the fuck? And I'm like, okay, this shit's got some fucking issues. I mean, regardless of your politics, I mean, everybody can kind of agree that throwing out a vaccine this fat, you know, like, and they changed a bunch of shit, like whatever, you know. But I'm a rule follower. It's so funny. I really don't think of myself. I have this thing where I falsely pride myself in being like a rebel. Like, oh no, I make my own path, but I'm a rule follower.
Well, at certain points, of course. I'm like that too, because I also look at it like, I mean, there was no such word back then, but my whole life I look at it like those people are just tiptoeing on the Karen Darren line. Like, are you really just being a rule breaker, or are you just being a Karen? Are you just like, I want to carry my pineapple in, and I don't want it to go through customs. Like, just fucking put the plant through customs.
Loopy, that's how I felt at first. Yeah. I was like, you're a fake rebel. If you like, like now you're gonna be fucking claiming shit, and then I don't know. And I'm like, but I'm the opposite. I'm like, well, whatever, stick me whatever the fuck. Just.
And I also don't care. We're gonna save your life. You know, if you come in that moment, whether you've had the jab or not, I don't care. I don't care. Your body is your business. At whatever you want me to care. I'm not here for blah, blah, blah. And we can get around it with pediatricians and everything in the school. Do what you got to do. I don't care what you do. You're not going to get me excited by your fucking wokeness or your anti-science either. Because I'll have an answer for everything. That's old. That's stupid.
My knee-jerk reaction is, Finkel, you okay, man? You sound like
no, the cough is good. Cough means that the phlegm is being produced and it's getting better.
I apologize. I'll mute until I have something to say.
Yeah, get it together over there with your phlegm.
Yeah, Finkel. No, you're fine. First of all, you should listen to her. She porn bombed a dude the other day.
Oh my!
I told you that. That was all AI.
Oh, that was great. The funniest thing is, I got a clip of it from Scotto. I didn't get, and all he sent was the porn bomb part. I'm like, I get it. It's a big dick. Okay, fine.
You insane?
It's around. I would send it to your email, but we
all. Oh, man. God damn it. Toddler is one of the funniest motherfuckers to fuck with, isn't he?
It took a lot of fucking patience. Let me tell you, I waited it out. Patience of Job, patience of fucking Lupe here. I should be a cop if I had more patience. I'm like cops, or people are like nurses are just jerk off cops. Like, we're the same assholes. And I get that. You can't rattle me. Even if I was in a fucking cage, you couldn't rattle me. But my only regret is I didn't come with some come. I said come. I didn't bring some Jesus porn. If I could change one thing, it would have been some Jesus porn.
For Todd, Jesus porn would have been.
I just wanted to come on his face, though.
That would have been fucking. That would have been.
I chose it. That was why. it took me and Scotto, we go through our files and we select things for our collection of. Although he wasn't available, Scotto was in Never Neverland. I was like, I'm doing it right now. I'm waiting. Backstage.
Muckster, fucking relax, dude. You gotta.
What's wrong with swearing?
Not your fucking panel, Josh.
And it fucking matters. Why?
Because that's the way we do things here.
Where?
Don't mind a little bit of swearing, but you don't have to be a fucking asshole saying it every fucking time. Goddamn shit, fuck. Jesus. Learn to have a conversation.
Sword. You just swored.
I did it on.
I'm the fucking voice of reason around here, and you've got me pissed off.
All right, I'll play by the rules. I also haven't slept, so I'm drinking beer and.
I have a Mick Ultra in my hand, and I'm not gonna play by the fucking rules. Probably just fucking leave then.
You're drinking beer? It's not even noon yet. You drink.
Well, death before dawn or drunk before noon, right?
Oh, okay.
Is that it? No, I'm kidding. I just haven't slept, so what? For whatever, I closed my eye for a little bit, and then anyway. Well, I don't mean to cuss so much. I don't know how to do it otherwise. But what else is going on with you, Finkel? What else is going on?
Oh, just I guess my biggest fear of having COVID while I'm vaccinated within the last year is the last several days. Holly's sister's been very ill in the hospital, and we've been visiting her daily. And I'm kind of worried that if I gave her, I don't know her vax status, and she's very frail. I'd hate to think that I brought something to her. Of course, Holly keeps telling me you probably got it from her. I'm like, I think they would have tested her for it by now.
I mean, you would think, right? If she's, I'm sure it's all fine. I mean, it can't be. I don't know. Both my parents were like super into, and they were compromised. I mean, they're older for one thing, but they're both, compromised with what that means, like health wise and everything. And so, but at a certain point, it just became like, okay, we got to live. Like you got to be around the grandkids. You got to, and they are believers in it and they are pushing for it, but like I don't know how.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. What?
No, you're good. You're good. You do sound like. Why don't you get some sleep, man? You sound like shit.
I slept on shift last night. Oh, I'm sorry.
I heard you say that earlier.
I slept,
and I was like, that right there. You saying that is an enlisted military guy. Because you're like, I'm gonna sleep when I can.
Yeah.
Like sleep on shift. You goddamn right. Am I on guard duty? Nope. But I'm required to be here, so I'm gonna fucking sleep.
Slept on shift, slept most of the day. But when I wasn't asleep, I was horizontal watching, I don't know, West Wing or YouTube.
So wait, how old are you? You're only like a few years older than me, right?
I'm 59.
Oh my god. Okay, so you're 9 years older. That's a difference. Yeah. Were you super into West Wing?
I'm a big West Wing fag. In fact, fag.
No, look at you. Don't say dirty words.
I don't know why that came out of my mouth, but somebody's going to snip it. And you're going to get me to call myself a fag. Okay.
Flip it.
I'm a big West Wing fan.
Are you a fan of Aaron Sorkin, or are you kind of a West Wing? Like that's
I did watch the movie American President, and I loved it. And then when the West Wing came out, I watched that. So I thought I was, but I've seen some other Aaron Sorkin stuff. I'm like, this is crap.
How about? Did you ever see the Social Network the Facebook.
Oh yeah,
with Fincher, David Fincher. The man, Sorkin wrote that dialogue really good. I'm a huge West Wing fan. I really like Sorkin. There's a lot of times when I don't want to like him, but I do. I really like his. I mean, West Wing is such a, I don't know, is like dudes of our age, and I kind of think we're like on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
But West Wing really means something. Like, I don't know. I wanted to be DC so bad until and I got there. But West Wing was one of those things that made DC make me want, like made it a goal. I was into West Wing for sure.
I didn't realize that The Social Network was Aaron Sorkin's work. I did like that movie.
He wrote it. He wrote it, but David Fincher directed it, which is why it looks like a David Fincher. House of Cards. Fincher's done Zodiac. Have you seen the movie Zodiac? Yeah, that's Fincher. Okay. He has a look to it. Yeah, Sorkin's. I like Sorkin. He does that. The funny thing is he captured that it's not DC speak. I mean, people don't talk like they talk on the West Wing, but I mean, you know how it is. You're in Northern Virginia. It's DC people are specific. Like, there's a thing going on. Also, Sorkin did this thing where he kind of like made you like it, but the reality is when you're dealing with most DC people, you're like, oh my god, this motherfucker's insufferable.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
You okay, man? You want to go? I'm just hanging. So whatever.
I'm fine either way. Don't really have anything planned for the day.
I mean, you sound fantastic.
Oh, thank you. I'm a sexy mother. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
You sound like a dirty commie.
I with my dirty commie United States Marine Corps hat. Yeah.
I know. Anyway. All right, man. Well, listen, I'll let you go. I should probably, I need to go to sleep here. I don't know why I opened a beer.
Well, you're retired, right? So you can do what you want when you want. So.
Oh, sure. No. It's not that, but I mean, I don't. It's fine. I mean, it's funny because I'm like, this feels like death. I don't know. Opening a beer at 11, you haven't really slept. It feels like desperate. There's a weirdness to it. I don't know. Like, I could smoke a joint and not feel that. Like, I could smoke a joint and be like, oh, I'm totally cool. But I crack a beer and I'm like, God, I'm kind of low class. Something. Anyway, all right, man. We'll be good. Muckster, I apologize for cussing like a motherfucking sailor.
Sailor. I don't. Yeah. Okay.
All right, you guys be good.
I'll see you around the boob tube. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by.
Of course, man.
All right. Now, I think, unless anybody wants to come up, I think I'm going to get horizontal, like I did all day yesterday. Maybe. I wonder if does Uber Eats deliver? I need more COVID tests, so I don't know if I should do a drive-through. Yeah, Walgreens has a drive-through. I'm going to see if I can do that, and then I'm going to lay down until my shift. Unless anybody else wants to come up, it doesn't look like it. Choosy Heretics choose Carnation Revolution now. Oh, that's an interesting name. Thank you. I will do my best to get well soon. All right. Excuse me. I am going to. What was I going to do? I was going to do something. Oh yeah, I came across a great video. Anyone out there like Bolero? I opened up with this. I will close with this if I can find it. Oh boy, where'd I put it? Oh, I put it. Okay. All right, videos, Bobby. No, wasn't that one. Where'd y'all hide Bolero? Okay, I've lost it. Screen. There it is. All right. I will close with this. How do I make it go?
This is the piece that has the most boring part ever written for the bass. You play a C and then a G, and then a C and then another G, on and on for pages. Why does every other instrument get something better to do? If it's not a melody, at least there's enough variety to keep them awake. But then I thank my lucky stars when I think how much worse it would be to play the drum.